I'll get Mike back to you. Mike, can you? Don't worry about it, just come ahead then. Alright. I'll just get the lights turned on for you now in a sec. You make the most of it, but we'll have you standing over here when we start again. No, I'll sit down for now, yeah, by all means. It's just we found the last time we were here that when people sat around and all, it was not better to stand up then and start to go a bit more productively. It'll only be for a few minutes, I'll have you all standing up when we get going. You have a few
Was all the Wexford Paranormal?
No, I'll go find them at the door, yeah.
It's under the front door.
No, it's up there.
Oh, okay.
I have the radio.
Look like that.
Still have them on their reader.
Yes, yeah.
Who has it?
No, we don't have
Reader.
see that one there. What's your girl's name? This is sometimes happens. Where's spiders? They're crawling around the different things. That's all over the rhythm. Defense them. That's spiders. Like little beetles. There's no spiders. There's spiders. There's spiders.
It's the big ones living on the back of
That's quite a collection of wood lights and stuff.
Where's the...
That's a bit mad, isn't it? Take a picture of that.
I'll show you them. There's what? They're woodlouse. Woodlouse, that's it. They're right back to the spider. That's unusual. Lads, I tell you. Oh, Jesus. They're everywhere. Look, I'm not seeing that. I see that's down. I'm not afraid of the spiders that we are on the streets.
There's even worms coming up towards them. Look.
Worms coming up. Oh, there's a worm, look.
The worm or the leech, I'm not sure which one it is.
Centipede.
Centipede even. That's really like the craft shit zone, isn't it? All these bugs.
Have we got everybody here at the moment? I think we have, except for our lot. Look, I'm going to give you, my name is Michael, and I'm going to give you a run through a crash course on the equipment, and then Carol will take you through actually using it, and then for the second session we're going to stand back. I'm going to let you guys do the main part of it. First thing I'm going to introduce you to is the concept of what we call EMF. Okay, and EMF is basically electromagnetic field. Okay, and the reason why we're interested in electromagnetic fields is because there's a huge body of evidence that suggests where you get paranormal activity, you get a change in the electromagnetic field in the area. Now, you get electromagnetic fields all over the place: wires, lights, cookers, skyboxes, televisions, whatnot. So what we would normally do is, on a private case, we would normally scan the whole place first, find out where the EMF fields are, and then we can avoid them. What you're looking at here is an EMF detector. I don't know if you've seen them on Ghost Hunters International, taps and everything else. Anybody recognise them? Yeah, it's called a K2.
Yeah.
Very simple to operate. Turn it off, steady, turn it on, lights up. If it picks up EMF, the lights actually light up along. And it's very easy to use in the dark. If that light, that's a pilot light, that's actually picking up EMF. Is there anybody with a mobile phone on at the moment?
Oh, actually, I've got mine in my pocket.
Okay. Can you, if you have them on, can you turn them off, please? And you can't, not to just put them on, airplane mode, yeah, they need to be actually off. because they will try and contact the tower, and if it does, I don't want to frighten the living daylights out of you for no reason.
The spiders are
Spiders everywhere. That's what I said. Yeah, someone's going to stand on him and kill him. Don't kill him. No, I was going to stand on him.
And then trying to save that spider.
We're all clearing off now. It's as if they came over to have a look at stuff when we weren't here.
Okay, so that's EMF. Okay, this particular meter has been modified. There's a little speaker on the back of it. So apart from seeing the lights, if it picks up EMF, you'll also hear a little bit of a buzz from it. Stronger the field, more lights, and the more of a buzz. Okay, so, and these were actually going nuts early on. So that's the K2.
They were going when we came in as well.
Next thing they were, yeah, but I suspect it may well have been mobile phones,
Yeah,
because there are a few
they're off,
phones.
aren't they?
Yeah, they're off now at this stage. All the phones are off, are they?
Yeah.
Okay. Next thing, temperature, something that we're interested in. That's an infrared thermometer. You point it, and it will tell you on the screen, the back here, exactly what the temperature is, where it's pointing. If you're using that at any point, just to keep an eye on it, it's actually a laser device. There's a little laser in it that fires, and if somebody gets it in the eye, it's actually quite nasty. Okay, so just if you're going to use it, just make sure not to point it anywhere near anybody's eyes, because it can be quite a nasty thing. Okay, again, you point where the dot is, you can read the temperature off the screen, and it's ideal. Not so good for picking up the overall temperature in the room, because you just won't do it. But if you want to tell the temperature or something in the corner or whatnot, that will do it. Things to watch out for with it, if you point at a glass, if you're trying to measure the temperature of something behind the glass, that's not the thing to use, because it will actually measure the temperature of the glass rather than what's behind it. So you just need to be aware of that. The beam will also reflect off glass as well, so you can point at a glass and somebody over there will get a shot in the face with it. So be careful. Okay, that's infrared thermometer. Audio. There's an audio recorder here. Okay, this is one. And we get somebody to have a listen in to what's going on with this. This is like hearing grass growing. Okay, it is so sensitive, it's unbelievable. And sometimes you can actually hear things on this that you won't hear, and it can alert you to the fact that there's things going on in the background. The other audio recorder is another variation of it. That's been on here since we came down, and it's been recording the sessions, and it's also been recording the breaks. And what we're going to do is we'll take the audio from that tomorrow, we'll stick it up on the Friends of Wexford Paranormal Facebook page, and anybody who wants to review it can clock in and listen.
We'll also have the half hours and 15-minute breaks in between when there's no one here, so it'll be interesting to see if there's any voices or audio on it during those times as well.
They're all there. Now, traditionally, with communication, because he was very interested in that, traditionally with communication, it would have been recorded using a tape recorder of sorts. And the idea is that you would have a radio tuned to a white noise, to a crackle or a hiss, and you would record it, you would ask questions, you would then come back later on and listen to it, and hopefully you might, if you were lucky, get voices. That's what we call a traditional EVP. We also do that using the digital recorders, but there's also another variation of it, which is known as ITC, or inter-trans communication. We use a thing called a Frank's box. And a Frank's box, what it does is it scans frequencies, so it's scanning AM or FM frequencies, and it works on the theory that you will get resonance between frequencies, and in theory it should be able to pick up the resonance between the frequencies. It doesn't stay long enough on any, it continually scans, it doesn't stay long enough on any channel to pick up anything of significance. Sometimes if there's a strong signal it may lock onto it, so it just needs to be jarred on again and let it run. The difference between this and the standard EVP is if you're using it, you can actually hear the voices in real time. So you can actually ask a question, and in theory you may be able to hear the response if you're lucky. Sometimes it can take a little bit of listening to and takes a little bit of practice, but the voices do come. We had an experience, we were in Charleville Castle one night, and it was myself, Michael, the manager, a journalist, a photographer, and Michael just happened to say, if there's anybody here, can you give us your name? And we got the name Jim. And Michael said, would you mind saying that again please? And here Jim was more strained the second time. And Michael said the third time, would you mind giving us your name again please? And the voice came back, my name is Jim. As if to say, don't ask again. And he didn't. So we've encountered this Jim we believe to be a person on numerous occasions. We've collected a huge amount of information given to us by Jim using Frank's box. And the manager of the castle actually said at one point, I have enough information here to find this guy. She went off, tracked him down and discovered that in 1901 he was living around the corner from the castle. So that to us was a huge bonus, because not only were we able to use the Frank's box, were we able to get responses to questions that we were asking, but we were also able to trace what we believe, and we were able to validate all the information that we were given. One thing with this, you need to be careful the way you phrase questions. For example, one classic one we had, we asked, it was actually in the dungeon, one day we asked, how many people are here? And we were told 11, but in actual fact it was 8. And then somebody said, actually, how many people are here that we can see? And the answer came back 8. And then we asked how many people are here? 11. So it would seem to imply that it was 8 people that we could see, but there were 3 others that we couldn't see. So with numbers, and I mean, if you ask questions about numbers or names, the answer is either right or it's wrong. So if you ask for a name to be repeated, if everybody gives their name, you say, look, can you repeat one name? If you get the name back, it's either going to be right or wrong. It's either going to be a name here. Or if you ask how many people are in the room, and the answer comes back, it's either going to be right or wrong. So there's no question. Sometimes we will ask the same question a number of times to see that we get correlation. Like in the case of Jim, what's your name? Jim. Would you mind saying that again, please? Jim. Would you remind repeating that one more time, please? My name is Jim. So 3 times, 3 slightly different ways, same answer came back. The last one was a little bit more elongated.
We've been dealing with Jim for the last 4 years now as such, and we feel we've home in every sense of the word other than we've never seen him. And we understand his sense of humour and his disposition, his attitude, world view. I think I was saying to somebody upstairs, but we Canadians in, and we were doing some of this, they were using my recorder and headphones, and we could hear footsteps above us, and the girl from Canada said, oh Jim, do you want to go upstairs? Do you want to come to the bedroom with me? Do you want to go up to the bedroom, Jim? And then she put the headphones on. The Frank's box says, if you want to go to bed, you can go to bed on your own or by yourself. But again, YouTube it if you want to have a listen to the actual audio of it. We just happen to video that bit. So that I would expect nothing less from him, That type of behaviour wouldn't be tolerated by him. And certainly, given his time frame, that would make sense. But yeah, so
couple of other pieces of equipment. Thermal camera. I don't know if you've seen these before. You get a chance to try this. The only thing I would ask you is, if you're going to try it, use a wrist strap. Please put a wrist strap on, just in case, because if it were to fall, they are frightfully expensive. Okay, now what you see from it as I go around, see the way it actually shows? Can you see the colours? I'll go around now. So if I start this way, see the colours. So as it picks up heat, the colours change, and it'll tell you exactly what colour-wise, what it's looking at, and heat-wise. Absolutely invaluable in some locations. We were in a house one occasion, and there was 3 bedrooms, and they said that one of the bedrooms was really comfortable. They were drawn to it. One bedroom was moderately comfortable, the other bedroom was cold. And they couldn't understand why one was warm and one was cold, and they felt that one was better than the other, and the other was a bad bedroom, this kind of thing. Turns out when we went in, took the camera 3 seconds to uncover the secret. The warm bedroom had a chimney going up the back wall. The semi-warm bedroom had part of a chimney going up the back wall. The cold bedroom had no chimney. 3 seconds and it was gone. Okay, so that's where it comes in. It allows us to see heat patterns. We also had an interesting situation in a house one night where a thermal infrared camera, which looks like that, it literally just takes infrared pictures. The infrared picture picked up a certain number of hands on a table, and the thermal camera picked up 1 extra hand. And we were able to identify, the 2 pictures were taken at the same time. We were able to identify the people in the thermal picture based on their hands, where they were, but we couldn't identify the other hand. And to this day, we can't say it was paranormal, but the only thing we can say is that we can't explain it, because there was an extra hand there, and there was nobody to go with it. So that's the thermal camera. Again, use it, but just if you're going to use it, please put the strap on, because it costs a ferocious amount of money. All the gear that we have, and there's boxes and boxes and boxes of it, it's stuff that we buy ourselves, and we have to pay for it ourselves. So that's why we take great care. We just ask everybody just to be careful with it.
And what we have tonight is a very small selection of the kind of stuff we'd use, and some of it can be very high tech, like the thermal camera, but in the right circumstances, low tech will work just as well. So if there's reports of activity on the stairs and you're working in conditions of darkness and you have a camera on the stairs at some point, well, you might use something like this type of a ball, put it at the top step, ask for it to be pushed down the stairs, and it'll light up so you'd see it on camera. You know, so it doesn't have to be high tech to be effective.
Another simple one, which is a marble. Marbles in the bowl, on the table, ask for the marbles to be moved.
Because it's a very particular sound. It's not as if it, oh, that sounded like something. Marbles sound like marbles, they don't sound like anything else.
Just to give you an idea of some of the other gear, that's a twin cam. It's a camera, it normally faces out and it's great for lone vigils. So we would normally pick a location, you camp in the corner of the room or in the location for an hour, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. And as things progress, you can actually video what's going on. Then if something happens, you can press the button, it flicks back to yourself, it's now recording you, and you can say, okay, I heard something in the corner, don't know what it was, it sounded like football or whatever. And then you click and you're back, video and it goes away again. So it allows you to click back and forward, with just the press of a button. And it allows you to go back over it later on, and you can see exactly what you're feeling or what your responses were. Blue flashing lights, that's called a geophone, and it picks up vibrations. Can you see it there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it picks up vibrations. So, and it can be, the sensitivity can be changed on it. So, if you get noise or whatnot, sometimes we like to know are the vibrations going with it, or sometimes you get vibrations for no valid reason. And the least vibration it's on, that thing will trigger. We normally sit in front of cameras, and you can see there's a camera over there, there's a camera up there, and they, even when the lights go out, those cameras will video the whole thing. And we've a DVR system set up inside, so if anybody wants to go out and keep an eye on it at the DVR with us, by all means, feel free to. You'll see the way they actually work. So we have the place covered. We have 2 cameras in here. We have one outside, and we have one just outside at the DVR as well. One of the cameras, that one over there, has audio on it, and the one inside has audio on it. So we're recording the audio there as well, apart from recording it on the reporting recorder as well. Other stuff, motion sensor. Anything moves in front of that, and it will trigger, lights up. And it triggered earlier on.
Yeah, we have a point into the corner, so none of us in the circle, none of us in here can affect that. In the last session, apart from other instrument, the motion sensor came on. Just after we had seen shadows on the laser grid, I think the batteries could be
Oh,
gone.
yeah, the battery's gone. Yeah, there's a laser grid up there. I can put more batteries in there. Laser grid, it projects a pattern on the wall. And the idea is, if you get anything that happens between the laser grid and the wall, you pick it up with the camera further back, and you're able to video it. And you can't say, I think the battery's gone, so I put batteries into it now, and we'll shut it off again.
We'll get that going. I was going to spend some time in the dungeon here on my own, but if anyone wants, one other person wants to come in for the experience, okay, we'll go down that far for 10 minutes. And sure, if you want to start, then you get the lights out, and Michael, sure, you change the battery.
Yeah, I'll change the battery this.
Pay close attention, because when we come back after the next break, you'll be doing it yourselves.
He's dead. Yeah. He is, yeah.
I don't know what you need.
I know. I need to stand on him. He's dead now, yeah,
Well, I was wondering, right? Not back way. We follow the screens. If there's one or two people interested in monitoring and surveillance, really, if you want to go outside and if that's the time you want to go and monitor the cameras, so you see what's going on here, what's going on in the dungeon, and you better see yourself on camera.
Jesus. Are you cold? Really cold?
This is the laser grid, just to show you what it's actually like. Projects a pattern on the wall. We turn the lights off, it'll be more apparent. And the theory behind it is that you adjust the pattern to get a readable spread. And anything that happens between the laser and the wall, you pick it up as a. That's the theory behind it. Again, it's a laser device, so if you were to get a shot at that in the face, it wouldn't be nice at all. So it's something that you also have to be careful with. Here we're going to put up there with the projectors on the wall.
Did you ever record anything in the room?
No, we don't tend to use it very often. Earlier on, there were signs, but we need to go back over the video to see if we got one video. It's, yeah, the difficulty with it is if you really need a large location to use it. Because if you get somebody who walks between it and the wall, and then they turn around, so you've got a face full of laser, it's just something that you have to be ultra careful with. But practically speaking, it's great in that it does project the pattern and it is easy to record. And the reason it's going up there is just to make it impossible for anybody to walk between it and there. Okay, I want to kill the lights now. So everything in here is being recorded from the microphone with the camera. It's also being recorded from the microphone in the centre on the floor. And that's a directional microphone as well, so it is possible to hear where it's coming left, right, and leaning forward from it. It's maxing out there because it's flashing it.
Oh, that was really cute. That's on pause at the moment.
Do everything.
Yeah. If you press that again, it'll start recording. Here we go.
Well, we can be the first time here, so you know, some of these sex pizza there was, we were ignorant.
I had there.
Would anyone like to take the headset? You can hear everything and more.
And if you hear anything of importance that hasn't been noted, then you can say, look, heard something.
Right.
And that's also direction as well, so we'll give you an idea where the sound is coming from.
You hear different sounds?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to kill the lights then, so.
We can do that BT screen.
You killed him.
Do you want to all get around the circle and move on?
Join the circle, girls.
If you want to, I'd love to stand outside. Very inspiring.
No, there is none here.
No, rock on.
There is none here.
Carol killed him.
I killed them all.
If the big ones in the back, they have to watch out for.
What's going to happen to your back is turned?
The machines here with the green lights, we're hoping to get them to red at some point, and that's a reaction with an electromagnetic field. And we can try and get use that fluctuation of lights to get answers when we ask questions. This other machine down here, we will use also, that's the radio that kind of doesn't tune into anything in particular.
It's the thermometer there, isn't it?
That's the
If anyone wants to use that, what is the temperature in here now? Minus what? 7.8 in that. Well, you can use that. Do anyone want to?
Mind their
Just
one's
don't-
eyes. Try and
don't shade my eye.
Don't try to keep its eyes out, see, because it's laser, so you can get a...
Anybody want to use the thermal camera?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, no more, you know, just reserve yeah. With the thermal camera, as you're pointing it, if you want to take pictures,
No laser on this thing.
no, The temperature that you're seeing there top left is in the center.
There's another one.
The temperature walking down here
They're just hiding
in the
under.
dark room is 8 and 6 is a great.
It's weird, isn't it?
That's
It's like a rocket.
a
Like. Everyone's phones are off from the break, are they?
So just start the session and introduce ourselves. My name is Stella.
My name is Cheryl. I'm Carol.
Paddy.
Evelyn.
Tricia.
Arden.
Emer.
Yeah.
Michael?
Bob. So we'd like to turn all the lights out, all the torches. So we just ask any spirits just to draw close to us, just to walk amongst us and be with us for this session. We've all come tonight just to communicate with you and just to really find your story, and we respect the fact that you walked these corridors in this house and that this is your home. So maybe you could make a noise either within our circle or on the outside, or come towards the boxes on the floor, the K2, the candle boxes. If you come near those, your energy will make those lights go way up to red. In the last session you had those dancing. We'd love you to do that again. Well, they weren't actually dancing, but
Lights were.
So just come towards us, walk amongst us, and just let us know of your presence.
Okay, then everybody goes in the middle. Yeah, there's another box there as well called the tri-field. And the tri-field is also picking up changes. It's probably set to static EMF at the moment. It doesn't detect mobile phones, so it will ignore mobile phones, but it's obviously reacting to something going on in the environment. But there's something starting to change.
So if that's you energizing this area, we ask you to take more of our energy. We're willing to give it. Everyone here, I think, is willing to give their energy. So if you can collect even more energy and make those green lights go right.
Okay, too long.
Thank you for that. Thank you. That's amazing. So appreciated. Is this the same person we had here before? Thank you for that. Can you make the other light go up as well? You did that where you had the two of them go the last time. Can you do that?
Use our energy.
You seem to like those candle boxes, don't you? Make it go right up to red. See, can you do it? Use the energy we have. Up to red. Come on, thank you. You're doing your best, aren't you? Are you happy that we're here speaking to you tonight? Is this... Thank you for that.
That's excellent, thank you.
If you're really happy that we're here speaking to you tonight, make the two of them go right up together. That's amazing, thank you.
The reason why one is going and not the other one is because whenever this is localized
Yeah.
more towards that one.
Can you move towards the middle maybe and make the two K2s light up?
Just a note for the audio recorder, there's a K2 going up to yellow at the moment.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's
thank
it.
you.
Thank you very much. Is this, if we could get a response through the lights for a yes. Maybe if you make the 2 lights go up for a yes, can you try to do that?
Stand back in the middle again if you can. You can make the 2 of them work at the same time.
You can hear it materialising, Michael, can't you? In that first and then...
Yeah, there we go. Now into the middle, maybe you can make the other one work. The 2 together for yes, please.
What we would only be interested in at this point is that there's nothing in the room influencing the meters, but there's absolutely nothing here. Power is off, phones are off, there's nothing here that should be doing that.
We asked before was thank you, was the presence that is making those lights go. Thank
there's
you,
all
that's
the
excellent.
red. Hold on.
Somebody picked up maybe that it was a monk from the monastery. Was that right? There's somebody coming into the room now, isn't there? Thank you for that. We have other people joining us now. So show them what you did for us. Make the 2 candle boxes go up to red. Stand in between them.
Well, move into the middle and make them both work.
Come on, show us what you can do. There's more energy walked into the room now, so you can take that energy as well. You're trying hard, aren't you?
Come on, you can do it. Go into the centre of the room and use our energy.
Maybe you'd like those people who entered the room to introduce themselves. We have 3 more people in the room. Would you like to?
Yeah, you might recognise me from the last session. I'm Michael.
I'm Lisa. I've been around all day. You've probably seen me.
So none of these are strangers to you now, so maybe you could make the green boxes light right up again.
Come on, you were doing so well.
Or if you want to move on to another form of contact with us, there's a light, a sensor motion at the back. You can make that light up. Or you can manifest your shadow on the wall and we can see it. There's so many ways you can communicate with us tonight. Or if you want to touch one of us, you're quite welcome to do that.
Gently. Are you the same spirit that we encountered earlier on in the night?
Try feels good up again, isn't it?
Come on, move into the centre of the 2, the K2s. Make the lights change if you can. You're doing so well earlier on. Use your energy.
We ask you most respectfully just to walk amongst us. Draw on our energy, but draw close to us. This is your chance tonight to communicate. If you suffered here, perhaps you passed away in this castle. We're just interested in knowing your story. Maybe you can make a footfall noise on the outside of the circle. You've done that before tonight.
Sorry, no, we shouldn't be whispering that from the audio mic, but we
spot. Yeah.
I know this form of communication maybe is strange to you. But what you're doing, you do so well. So just come towards us again, come into the circle. We're interested to know, are you part of the castle? Did you live here? Were you part of the fortification that was here before the castle? There was a monastery here. Were you a monk in the monastery?
Come on, you were doing so well. Let it on.
Try to flex back the cameras.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
They're happy. We're seeing on screen. We're just trying to know what's coming back.
If you can hear this box that I have in my hand, will you tell me your name? My name is Carol. What is your name?
If anybody hears anything on the box, don't be afraid to say if you think you've heard something. So there's a real honor.
I was going to say green twice.
Say what?
Green
Okay.
twice.
What should we?
I thought I heard twice across.
I thought I heard Martin's gas.
Yeah, can you name one of us that's in the room? We've already given our names. If you hear your name, come on, because I don't know.
I would agree, I heard green twice, but there was no value in us singing, so, you know, I really kind of hang back to see what you guys, they really corroborated or whatever.
I'm sorry to have to ask you this again, but we're not quite clear what you said at that time. So can you please say your name again? If you could just please try and say it clearly.
Yeah, green.
Is your name Breen? Do you reckon it's Breen as a first name or a second name?
Ask.
Is Breen your first name? Is Breen your surname?
John.
Sometimes it'll lock off on an actual signal, so you can tap on here.
Is Green your surname? Can you say the name of anybody that's here in the circle?
Jim.
What's
Do
he
you want to
here?
hear code, Jim?
Jim.
Do you want to put that
Are you Jim here?
I live in the yard, but I don't,
What had you asked before you said that?
years and years.
Okay. But now, that could be somebody we can't see.
Yeah.
Is Jim here in the room with us now? Did you live here in Charleville Castle?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, just if you do say anything like this, it's better than us saying what we hear, you know.
Were you servant here?
What was your position in the castle? What area?
Oh, did you hear?
Servant.
Yeah, he said that before as well, just when you were saying about the extra questions and stuff.
What area in the castle did you work?
Yeah, my kitchen was going off first. My kitchen was going
Could
off.
you repeat that again, please? What area in the castle did you work?
Yeah.
Me too.
But mine's not, no, no, no. No, mine is, and they're not.
Can you tell me again, what area in the castle did you work?
That's closer to us because the farthest away one is not written up. So it's somewhere between us and the second you take the one away. Because the one further over is not written away.
Did you work in the kitchen?
Did you work in the stables?
I don't know what else that is. That's all one is,
Yes.
Stables.
Did you work with Michael?
tables. Yeah.
Can you tell me if Michael was bald?
I need emails from the lock onto Royal and the Crystal Moore.
Ed.
They call him the library.
Ted.
Ted?
Ted is first. It's not our Ted.
Very good. It's pretty interesting. Yeah, isn't it?
It's not our Ted.
Michael,
have you got hair?
Who wants to try that?
Make sure we've got this down.
Do you have
Beard.
He said upstairs in the beard.
Beard, yeah, beard. Looks good.
Is that corroborating what you
Yes,
get?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
he worked in the stables, and he was bald.
Michael, do you like women being in the stable?
All right. Do you like women? Sorry,
No.
did you mind women working in the stables? Do you mind talking to women?
I do.
I do.
Yeah.
That's what he said upstairs as well. Did you use the horses for transport? How did you use the horses? Michael, how did you use the horses? How did you work with the horses?
Michael, is Paul your new friend?
Michael, did you pass in service? Michael, what's your surname? I'm sorry, I missed that, Michael. What is your surname?
Can you repeat that again, please, Michael?
Well, I'm interested in about the response. I couldn't hear what you said, but it was a Dublin accent.
Is it?
That one. That last one. Right?
Thank you.
Michael, can you tell me your surname again, please?
No, I thought I heard surname. Anyone say anything?
Ask him, has he said it? I haven't missed it.
Michael, have you said your surname and we missed it?
You bet.
Yeah.
Huh?
You bet.
Right. So, ask him to repeat it again.
Michael, can you repeat that please again?
Your surname.
Your surname.
Michael, what did you wear when you walked with the horses?
boots. Red and black. Leather.
Red.
Red and black, was it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you were saying what about a hunt?
Yes.
Fox hunter.
Is that the English coachman?
What did I
And could be a coachman.
Yeah.
Michael, were you a coachman?
Yes.
Yes. He said upstairs that he was a driver, yeah. He said upstairs he was a driver.
Michael, did you see me looking at your quarters earlier today?
It's in service again.
Yeah,
Service.
service.
Michael, did you see me around at the stables earlier today?
Yeah.
Many of you.
Michael, do you know what's going on surrounding the stables at the moment?
Michael, what name did you call Paul upstairs? Definitely ask him.
Michael, what name did you call Paul upstairs? I heard it there.
Michael, when did you pass? What year did you pass?
Service again.
Might be now, but you might be now. Well, you just might be now. You wouldn't know his name.
Seems friendly enough.
Yes.
So,
He did upstairs.
can we ask him something? But I know now he may be here because he was with you the last time, he might not know. But would you ask him if he'd know who maybe set off the motion sensors on the last group?
Michael, in the last group, the sensor, the motion sensor,
Which one?
oh,
There was two groups, but it was the same group in the second session. But, you know, that's a valid question.
yes.
If when you were with us in the library, Michael, the motion sensor was set off down here. Can you tell us who set it off?
Ready? Can you ask him to repeat the name?
Michael, can you repeat that? Who set off the sensor while I was talking to you upstairs?
Thomas.
Did we have Thomas earlier on?
But that was very good. Very.
Sorry, Michael.
Yeah.
Just to repeat that, just to be sure, well, I was talking to you upstairs. Who set off the sensor down here?
I knew I not know. But I thought when you asked the first one, I would know.
You did say that.
Oh, this is-
Yeah. It's the second time.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Was it?
Thomas.
Does anyone know?
Is Thomas Hurley's first name?
Michael, did you work with Riley? Thomas, do you know what Riley worked at? Sorry, what did Riley work at?
Yeah. Did I catch that?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, you asked a question.
Yeah, what he worked at.
Yeah, but before that you said, do you know?
Yes, yeah.
And then you changed it. Now there's a yes came after that, which might have been the response to the first
Yes,
question.
yes, yeah.
And then when you changed it, I thought it was
Genuine.
Yeah, it did sound like that.
we have a line of inquiry insofar as we don't know who Thomas is. But then we also don't know what his first name is, so we can check that out.
Yeah.
Because believe it or not, that's an hour.
Yeah.
Is it? How is it?
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock.
Just one second. Michael, can you tell me what Thomas's second name is? Thomas was very interesting. Michael, can you give me Thomas's surname?
Really? It sounds like it.
Yeah, it's so fast though.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Michael, can you give us that again, please? What was Thomas's surname?
We get to explore this now after the break because we
Yeah.
come back down. Well, I just wanted to actually say, and thank you for the communication on that. What I wanted to say to people as well is
These lads are